Hello, everyone. Welcome to Salty Sweet Games. Welcome to Against the Stars, our Burn Bryte campaign, co-produced with Roll20. And welcome to joining us for our finale.
Yay! We did it!
We're
Made
here.
it!
Wow. We started this series about a year ago, so this is kind of wild. And yeah, whew. Finale episode. Lots of fun. We're gonna get right into it really shortly. But first, we gotta run through some cool channel stuff. First off, we want to give a shout out, of course, to our wonderful co-producers, our virtual tabletop of choice, and that is Roll20. We literally would not be able to do this without them. They have been our supporters throughout this campaign. They are also the publishers of Burn Bryte, and as soon as they were publishing it out, I knew that I wanted to run a game in it, and here we are. Literally, it was like they announced it. I'm like, mine, my next game that I'm running on stream. So they've been amazing, and we appreciate them as always. As part of co-producing with Roll20, instead of taking our normal donations, of course, we are part of the Totify campaign to support Code 2040. We are very close to our goal, friends. So please, if you have a moment, check that out, because Code 2040 is a nonprofit that equips Black and Latinx technologists and their allies with the tools, connections, and care that they need to advocate for and achieve racial equity in the industry. So they're amazing, and like I said, we're super close to reaching our goal, which also means that I'm going to have to find a way to do a bad Russian accent at the very last minute. So, you know, I haven't prepared for that at all, so just, you can make me suffer. But also, at every $50 that we reach, we get to add a complication to the story, which we got to see last time with a cult ritual midway through, which was fun. And again, at the goal and at every $100, we get to do a giveaway of the Burn Bryte starter pack, which essentially you get everything that you ever need to play or run Burn Bryte. So that includes the rules, that includes pre-gens, that includes a starter adventure, that includes map tiles. It's all really great. So definitely get in on that, as this is the last day to do it. If you want to support, if you can't support through that, but you want to support the stream anyway, check out our going live tweet. Unfortunately, we do not have a faction poll because, you know, last episode, but it would mean a lot for us for you to share out this campaign, especially if you've been enjoying it, whether this is your first episode or whether this is your my brain 20 seconds 20 math is hard. I can't remember how many episodes we've done, but either way, thank you again for supporting us. And if you want to support the channel directly, we've got some affiliate links with some companies that we really like, so go check this out as well. Last but not least, we here at Salty Sweet Games use safety tools, the X and an O cards, as well as lines and veils, because we want to make sure that no matter what's happening with the characters or in the story, the players are enjoying themselves and having fun. We've also got content warnings, so !CW for all of y'all in chat if you want to see what's coming up, just in case, especially if we're getting to the last little bit and it's going to get a little intense at times. Okay, that's all my talking for a bit. I'm going to go around and say hello to all of our wonderful people, tell us who they are, who they're playing, all that good stuff. Let's start off with Lauren. Hello, Lauren.
Hey everyone, I'm Lauren. I am that salty ginger over on Twitter. I use she, her pronouns, as is my character, Vala Celebralta. And Ulron, so she is a big, strong crystal girl with a bit of a hero complex. We'll see how that works out for her today. I'm sure it'll be fine. I love being told by cultists it's too late, and it's like, bitch. Okay.
With the complication.
Okay. Okay. All right.
All right. I get to turn the tables now, my cults. But no, let's go over to Jess. Hello, Jess.
Hi. I know you can't tell because I'm not all feathered up, but just imagine the full feathers. Because one last time, I'm here to be your most favoritist glean friend, Walala Oodles Needs the Last to Lemo. good scientist who got to do a heal one time in 2 seasons.
Yay!
And is here today to hopefully do a science and hopefully no one dies.
Yeah, and your complication today is that Zoom is angry at you.
Zoom is so angry at me. He's fiddling with it for like a good 15 minutes before we went live.
Yeah, so if Jess turned into space, that's why.
Yeah.
Zoom has decided it's so.
Space magic. Listen, if my eyes suddenly become possessed by space, it's the burn taking over, and just let it happen.
Just let it happen. All right, and let's go over to Sam. Hello, Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam. My pronouns are they and she, and yeah, Vandal is a cat person with snake eyes and a three-piece suit, going up against the world-ending entity, and their pronouns are they and z, and I am so what's different, like, what is it when you're both stoked and deeply afraid?
Afraid? Still
Excited?
Afroked.
I like a froke.
I like that a lot. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm excited. I don't know what's gonna happen, and we're gonna go out.
One way or another.
We're going out.
Oh, all right. And let's go over to B. Hello, B.
Hey, I am B Zelda. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Zevzo, who is 100,000 bugs in the shape of one wallaby. Their pronouns are also they, them, because when you 100,000 bugs, who are you? You know? And we have done a lot of contemplating up until this moment. A lot of good deeds have been done because Zevzo really wants to be considered a good person. Whether or not they really are, they are going to do their darndest to do the right thing and then still steal some stuff and sell it.
You know, fair. Fair. And I'm Kienna. My pronouns are she and they. I am the GM for this campaign, sitting here for the last time, and I play everyone except the PCs in the Alaxis Galaxy.
Yeah, I'm never letting you have that middle seat again.
No, for this campaign. Last time for this campaign. Oh, I promise I'll come back at some point. God, we're in an energy today,
Yep.
clearly. Yeah, so before we get in, let's do a quick recap as to what happened and where the crew is now. Many leads had led the crew of the Wake of Wallaby to this strange asteroid, an asteroid that seemingly used to be a planet, maybe, one that existed far beyond and before their time, the time of the Alaxis Galaxy as they know it. As they got there, they realized there's two interesting things. One, there was a building belonging to the Wesh Overguild, strange place for something to be in the middle of the asteroid belt where no one's really supposed to go. And there's also a giant hole in the side of the asteroid, as if something had exploded out of it at some point. The crew, taking upon themselves to split the party and investigate, discovered a variety of things. Zevzo, going into the Wesh building, discovered that it was a lab. And within this lab, the Wesh Overguild scientists seemed to be working on an interesting experiment. An experiment that seemed to purify bits of the burn, the thing that seems to be on the verge of ending the galaxy, into plasma. Very interesting indeed. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew went over to the giant hole and descended downwards, realizing that physics and all that stuff didn't really work here the way that they expected it. And as they floated down into this great cavern, they realized that the center of this asteroid was not just rock, but rather crystals, and not just crystals, crystals in the shape of ginormous buildings as they realize they're in the ruins of an omniscient building, of omniscient city. The omniscients being these godlike beings that once held a great civilization, far, far, far beyond their time, millennia ago, before something happened, and they all but disappeared, except for a few that seem to linger in the world now, but not their world anymore. As they descended down into this giant hole into a cavern which the Wesh Overkill Lab just happens to overlook, they realized there were a few things. One, there was the Daylight Cult there, and they seem to be in the midst of conducting a very strange ritual, one where this group of cultists would funnel their fire magic and energy into the stake, and at the same time it seemed to be drawing something from far out, realizing that after defeating the cultists in a very quick manner, that what they were drawing was bits of the burn. And after that, they, after Vala interrogated the cultist leader here, who said that it was too late, their god knew this was the place that he needed to come back to finish what he had started. However, that was quickly silenced by a decisive blow, and the crew headed over to this door, a door which they had a key to, a door which displays this great omniscient that seemed to be sitting on a throne that's in this room itself, with command over all these other omniscients who bow to him. And as they insert the key within, these grand open doors slowly creak and click. And that's where we left off last time. As these stone doors, again, much larger than anything you have ever seen, these were clearly built for, in our context, dragon-sized creatures, or even bigger than that. They curl out towards you, and there's this kind of, kicking up of dust as it scrapes along the ground that had long been undisturbed. And the first thing that you note is just the brightness that seems to come from this room. It's enough, especially being in the depths of this cavern, that it's almost blinding for a moment. But as soon as you kind of blink away, the brightness comes from many sources of light. Suspended orbs that seem to glow in this very large room. A large room which pretty quickly you come to realize, having a knack for these types of things and having experienced many of these types of things before, it's a treasure room. But not filled with items that you ever know. These are grand... Well, your brain is going 1,000 miles a second. These are grand historical
Science
items.
treasure?
These are items that, well, like the pirate said, or like the key was supposed to lead to, treasures from omniscient time. These are, and even despite their age, they seem impeccably polished and beautiful. There is a gleam to all of the metal and crystals. I think you see this, several array of weapons, again, made for creatures much larger than you, that seem to be laid out against a wall. There are these ornate puzzle boxes, assumably chests of some form, which linger. There's also like large mirrors that seem to reflect these orbs as well, to make sure that the room was specked and bright. On the other side, though, seemingly out of place, is a large swirly orange portal.
Well, Zevza is going to ignore the portal and look for the shiniest thing.
There is so much shiny stuff. There is so much. Like, it's rare to come across a treasure hoard,
Yeah.
usually. But these are priceless beyond words. Again, these belong to a time that was long thought gone.
Well, Lala is like without words. Like is definitely like muttering and like is like, just making squeaks and squawks of excitement.
Vala, do we wonder if we can perhaps take all of this back aboard our ship? Or will our ship not hold all of this?
Captain, that is not the principal concern.
Oh. Right. We are here for another reason. Picks up shiny, puts it inside belly.
So, the orange portal, does it glow like the burn does? Is it the same color as the burn?
Oh no.
I have some questions.
No.
So, it's the
How
same-
burny is it?
So as you again, this portal as well seems much larger than anything designed for any of you. It's probably like close to like 30 feet tall, as it's kind of suspended, just floating a little bit off the ground. It doesn't seem to act like the burn, like there's you don't see that pulsing or the flames or anything, but it certainly has that hue, that very familiar color.
Well, Lala, we need to figure out how to close this.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, does it look, so it looks active. Does it look like it's recently activated? Or does it look like it's just sustained? Does it look like something that has previously stayed dormant?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I think so. There's no obvious source to this. Like, there's no like. It's not like a the portals that were being made, or the portal device that was being made, where there's like a platform that you'd have to stand on to activate it. This seems very. It's just there. It's just existing. You don't see any traces of people having come in here or out at all. Like, you could tell from the way that doors were opening and the cloud of dust was being kicked up that, like, this room hasn't been opened in who knows how long.
Wow.
Did we leave the stake standing?
The stake is still standing, and you had watched as bits of the burn seemed to slough off of it.
Right.
After we hit it with a couple few bombs.
Yes.
Yes.
We wonder if we should throw something in the portal. Perhaps a stake first. That stake. We already have one to sell. We are not incredibly worried about it.
can I do anything to figure out if, yeah, it looks like anything wants to come through currently, or
Okay.
like, does it look like it goes one way, both way? Like, is there anything I can compare it to, as I have been studying, like I was studying like the Wesh portals, and like we know that they were like doing all this stuff to try and mimic something. We didn't know what, but now like now with a little more context, can I apply what we've discovered over the past time period?
That totally makes sense to me. This would have been a difficulty 4, but I'm bringing it down to a 3 because, you're putting in a context with everything. So make me a roll there, and we'll see what information you can get.
Teo. Uh, roll.
Yeah.
All right.
This doesn't seem. So, to answer a few of your questions, this is not recently opened. This has been here for a very long time. I think you can tell based off of, like, the floor beneath it, like, seems to almost be more bleached in color, as if the light had continued to keep it, you know, to take away whatever color of the floor used to be there. And as you look at it, it's not an active portal in the same way that, you know, people try to make portals to go in and out of places. This was, and things are kind of piecing together, this is a rip in space and time. And whatever happened here to make this a thing has affected the physics on this entire planet.
This is so good.
Okay, so this has been this baby's been on for a while. I don't actually touch it. I just want to be clear. I'm not touching it. I'm just making the motion. This baby can hold so much burn in it. No. This has been on for a really long time. This is not like any kind of portal we've ever seen or researched or even contemplated before. This is a tear in space and time. This is...
So what were they doing then, if they were not making this?
Maybe they were trying to signal for someone to come through it?
What would come through that?
Well.
Well, they did mention
Gormak.
if you remember.
Gormak, yes.
Yeah.
They're terrible burn god.
Yes,
Because
we
they
fear
want
them.
to eat everything.
Yes, we fear them.
That might have been an omniscient whose orb we have.
Yeah.
Oh god.
How do we go about appeasing a sentient creature as hungry and potentially evil as they are?
Oh, I think we want to avoid getting to that point.
Right.
Okay, we think that's fair.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Now that we're in the room
Uh-huh.
and we have the orb on our person,
Yes.
one of us has the orb. I don't remember who.
Yes.
Is the orb doing anything?
Ooh, good question. The orb seems to be as normally is. But as you get further into the room, I think Vandal, you're the one that can feel this, as you feel like something hit your foot and a kind of a clink noise. And you look down and you see an orb, but broken. And you see this kind of, and it seems to have been cracked almost. Whatever color it had been, gone gray, faded. But as you look at that one, just a few feet away, you see another one on the floor. And another one. And another. And scattered across the floor are all these cracked orbs.
Okay, so like when we saw Arlaxi, she had 3, right?
Mhm.
This is more than 3.
Mm-hmm.
You're
It's
just
like
at a quick glance around, like you're counting at least like 20.
we're talking about like an orb graveyard. Maybe
Yes.
an omniscient graveyard.
Mm-hmm. We think we are getting those vibes.
Did he like eat them?
We wonder if that's the case.
Do omniscients get bigger and more powerful if they eat each other?
That sounds suspiciously like cannibalism.
Just one big conglomerate corporate omniscient.
Not terrifying at all. Ooh. Okay.
Well, if someone was very, very hungry, they might eat any number of things.
Should we perhaps fan out and determine if there is anything that we can investigate in this room? If there must be an orb that is not cracked, right?
No?
No.
We can look.
Vala is going to just find as many samples as she can. Does it look like these things, again, like the hole in the planet cracked from the inside, or were like punctured and cracked?
Okay. I don't think you need to roll anything for this, Vala, because you're very familiar with crystals and how they work,
Yes.
being a person of crystal.
Yes.
This is cracking that doesn't come from force. This comes from intense amounts of energy or heat or something else.
But something
Magic.
from the
Something
outside.
had from the outside
Okay.
had done something to this. It's not like it was physically beaten or it wasn't.
Mhm.
It didn't come from inside. It was, when you superheat something and it cracked from the temperature change.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting from this.
Well, Lala, you said that wanted the orb back.
He said that we had what was his, and he wanted it back.
Why? What is it?
We never determined that. But
But
we are.
it seems like some part of them, because we gave our Laxi back hers,
Mm-hmm.
and we all seem to be in agreement that these broken ones are lost lives of some sort.
They were overheated somehow. Some energy did this.
Like a hungry, fiery burn energy.
Uh-huh. We determined it was corrupted somehow. And what was Arlaxi's orb really? Was it part of her, or?
So it was a part of her that had gone missing. And through the analysis and explanation that Fauna gave, these are essentially extensions and like the crystallized essence of an omniscient, often on the person in some way. And so the corruption that's in this orb seemed to have come from the corruption of the carrier of this omniscient. But the other thing that you do know is that the pirates wanted it because it holds a huge amount of energy. It's like a battery that can last for however long they want it to.
I mean, their entire beings are now energy to us.
I feel like we're so close to figuring out
I know.
what's going on. There's just one piece that's not quite connecting.
Yeah, I want to look around the room for any
Clues.
tomes.
Ooh, love a good
Ooh.
tome.
Something, or future space dragon computer journal. My omniscient journal.
Or
My
maybe
little
some more
journal. My little
stone tapestries?
Right.
Yeah.
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 I'm trying to think of what a space dragon's tome would be like. They already used music flowers.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
So yeah, so far what you've seen is a lot of like these stone carvings that seem to hold a lot of stuff. Okay. I think there is a stone, a series of wall carvings that act, the same way that the tapestry did, the wall that the doors did in, showing this omniscient, seemingly rise to power and become a crowned leader upon this throne. But I think it's a little hidden away. I think it's behind like the behind one of the racks of weapons. And it's the same story that's being told. Here's this omniscient of music that seemed to have garnered power, popularity enough to bring together all these people all these other omniscients and rule over them. But you see, superimposed on top of this carving, specifically the carving of this omniscient on the throne, are new ones. Carvings that seem to have been added on top of it. And I mean, you don't know much omniscient language. It's something that's been very much lost to time. But you see those familiar music notations, but in a different array. Not the song that you know. And they'd been carved or scrawled across this throned omniscient in a much hastier hand than, the grand amount of time that it would have required to create something of such intricacy.
Okay, well, part of me wants to just with my super echolocation humming powers, just sing it out and see what happens. But part of me is like, does this look like evil handwriting?
Yes, evil handwriting.
There's like a mwahaha in it.
Just like, is this evil handwriting?
Like how can we figure out how recent it is?
Ooh.
You said it was hastily written. So does it look like someone does it look like it was possibly... The problem is we assume that there were lives lost here to the bad guy, but the bad guy's also gone. So did he also hastily... I don't think he would actually though, because I don't think a self-absorbed narcissistic person would be like, no, why me? You know what I mean? Versus someone that wants to communicate something to benefit the future. So
I think you're good.
Hastily written is a good sign, I think.
That's really good thinking. So I'll tell you what you can tell from this,
please.
I don't think you can tell the intentions of someone, are they evil or not, from handwriting. As much as racist people wanted to do that back in the Victorian time.
Oh God, yeah. we're not going to measure his.
Maybe
skull
we should feel his skull bones.
Yeah. God damn. Sorry, continue.
Oh, it's fine. It's funny. Okay. So these, specifically looking at the placement of them, these are not meant to preserve whatever's underneath. This looks, and as you look over it, it's very specifically drawn over the face and the hand, as if trying with this to scratch out this.
Like that. I like that. I dig it. That to me is a good sign. I'm gonna use my squeak powers to sing it out and see if I am gonna warn everyone though first. Okay. It seems like there's another song here, and that gave us answers last time. So I'm gonna try. And everyone, I don't know, either look around to see if anything reacts, or maybe listen and see if it makes you think of anything. I'm not sure how this will work. I just think we have no other option, so I'm gonna do it now, okay? And then do it.
Okay. So you sing out this song, and even as you hum it, it's almost like a counter melody to the song that you have seen several times over now. And as you do, all of you can watch as the lines upon this wall, this carving, light up in this golden hue. And as it does, you watch as the lines slowly start to move. Very similar, Walala, to the strange dream you had where the lines of the carving seem to have come to their own life and to ravel and unravel into new images. But this story of this omniscient coming to power to rule upon this throne draws itself into something new. You watch as you see again that final picture of this omniscient on a throne, but the lines slowly begin to draw downwards, and you see another group of omniscients. You can see there's a crowd of them, but there's one that stands out from the other. For us as people outside the game, kind of kangaroo shaped.
Okay.
But with feathers instead of fur. And with 3 eyes. And this one other lead omniscient seem to go over into having a conversation with this crowned omniscient, and a fight breaks out, leading for this secondary omniscient to go away, but not off the tapestry. Instead, they seem to regroup with the rest of their group, and there's experiments, there's magics. It's hard to tell, but they seem to be working on something. And eventually it comes to the group of them around a pole or something, all holding hands around it. And this pole's not like the stakes that you've seen or any of these other stuff. It's pole, but with a variety of orbs that seem to circle around the top of it. And as they seem to join hands around this stake, this pole, this orbs, this ritual, this ruling omniscient enters the scene and begins massacring them. But before the last one, this one in this other lead can go down, touches the stake, and all of you hear that song echo again, the counter melody. And you watch as this ruling figure, this carving of him, seems to unravel into a swirl and pulled through, and you can see the Laxus galaxy, and then you see it go farther beyond the Laxus galaxy, even further still, until finally this swirl of lines seem to coalesce the very edge of what might be a universe.
All of our minds are thoroughly blown right now. We do not know how to process a lot of that. The massacre, the just the omniscience. It seems blasphemous somehow, and yet here we are witnessing it. What does this mean for us?
They've found a way to expel it, break it up, and send it off away.
Yeah, was the burn them attempting to send him away, but instead he just dispersed around the galaxy in an attempt to eat it that way?
I mean,
Maybe
it
they were
looks-
trying to buy some time?
Oh, potentially. But for
maybe.
what?
But then they died.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was the last thing they ever did, so there must have been a point to it. Maybe he was more defeatable in this form?
Oh, but now he's a galaxy-eating cloud of hunger? I don't know how to defeat that.
Yeah, me neither. Maybe they had something, but we certainly don't.
And it's not like we could ask them. They're cracked and broken at our feet.
Who has the orb?
I think we decided that Vala had the key and Walala had the orb, because didn't Walala not want to touch the key
Yes.
again? I think
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
because that's what gave them the visions.
Yeah.
So I think Walala has the orb. Why? What's happening, GM?
Well, you feel the orb vibrate as this song, this counter melody echoes out. And as you take it out and you look at it, you check what's going on. For a moment, it seems to go gray. And as the last notes die out, it goes back to its vibrant blue.
Did anyone else see that? Did anyone else see that? Did anyone else see that?
Uh-huh.
We did. We have a thought, and this thought is based off of how we operate normally. What if we broke the orb?
Okay.
We could place it next to a grenade.
We can try a grenade.
It seemed to kind of lose something with just this kind of echo of whatever ritual they were doing before.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I'm a little nervous about opening it up in case this is like a reverse situation where they trapped him inside it. But alternatively, what if we sang it the song and made it go gray again and then tried to blow it up while it was if we are going to blow it up, if everyone's in it, if there's a unanimous decision to blow
There
it
is
up.
not.
Okay. Well, if we come to that, I say that we do it after we weaken it.
We think that is wise. Or we could just throw it on the ground and see if it will smash. Less chaotic than explosions.
Let's try to sing the song again.
Oh, do you all want to sing it with me?
Hmm?
We may try.
Maybe if we all sing it.
Will we stand around like the cultists do as well and hold hands?
Anti-cultist.
Like reverse culting.
Okay.
I mean, they did do that. It seemed like in the vision, what we saw, it seemed like they were kind of doing that. So maybe if we all stand around it and we all sing.
We agree with that. We think that is a good idea. We have many voices.
Okay. So, do you just place it in the middle of you and just...
Yeah, I totally put it down in the middle of us.
We awkwardly hold hands.
Yes!
Yeah, but we absolutely do not look at it.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Can we power of friendship this, please?
All the best stories go that way, so.
Mhm.
So, you all begin singing this counter melody. As you do,
Oh, child, things are gonna get easier.
oh god, fuck. Okay. As you do, you feel between all of you a resonance with this words and Vala especially. it's like it's like someone used you as a tuning crystal for and you can feel like every note seem to resonate through all of you as you do so. And slowly this orb slowly begins to lift up as it slowly starts to turn this gray color. And you can look at it.
We
And
look at it.
And you can see it's vibrating again with that same resonance, this magic you were singing through ages old melody. But the song is over too soon, and the orb drops back down to the ground. You lose that feeling of magic, and it turns back to that blue.
All right, I think this was a very good first test. I think we might not have everything we need, but it seems to be a start.
Well, we have the other song from the planet.
Are they combinable?
Was that just a finding song, though? Was that song a map?
That was the song that activated the map, but it's also the same song that you've seen a couple of other times now. Can't remember where else you've seen it before.
It was on the key.
Yes, correct. Thank you.
Could that other song, that song that led us here, just be like Crowny McFuckface's? Sorry. Song. Hiccups are strong with this one. Might it just be that person's that omniscient song, the grounded one?
Potentially.
I don't know if I want to sing the orb its song. Maybe we can find like a continuation.
Is there a pattern to the song that we would recognize? Like anything that repeats, like chorus? I don't know anything about music, so.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could just repeat it over and over again. It's fairly short.
Okay.
Like if you were to hum it out, probably like 15, 20 seconds long, max. But there's also, so again, accompanying this song, and as you look at and you've heard it, it's pretty obvious now. This is some form of magic that is being performed here when you do this. There seems to be other components of this spell that were involved.
Okay. What if we all look around the room for more more things that we need.
What was in it? The pole, whatever it was?
Yeah, it seemed to be some
Pole.
form of pole. And encircling around it seemed to be other orbs.
Okay.
What if we just made a pile of all the cracked and broken orbs?
Bring in the stake from the outside. It's pole-like.
This is very jury-rigged.
Yeah, let's look around and see what we can find.
I gotta space MacGyver this ceremony.
Yeah.
I got the duct tape.
Okay, yeah. Do you want like a...
Is there a roll for finding?
I mean, perception would work. You could argue other things for finding. I'm just trying to think of what difficulty this is. I'm gonna say this is difficulty 3.
Okay.
Yeah, and whatever you think is appropriate for finding stuff.
Okay.
Nice.
We have many eyes to see with.
Okay. So as you look around, you can pile all of these cracked orbs together. Again, there's like 20 of them. And kind of put them into a pile. There seems to be a platform of some kind with a circular indentation,
Ooh.
as if something's supposed to sit in there. And with a 3, I can tell you that, like, you're pretty sure the ritual stakes could probably fit.
Yeah. Vala, we are unable to carry the entire ritual stick. Would you be
Yes.
so strong?
I will get it, yes.
We thank you.
You hoist it, no problem.
Yeah.
A little problem. It's pretty big, but like,
They a tough girl.
I can't not think. I want to take a ride on the ritual stick.
God.
Wait, I'm so sorry.
No, that's great. I love it. Just little Nos down to hell on the ritual stick.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Gotta kill the devil. All right. Yeah. Vala can place that in the little indentation.
Mm-hmm.
We have all of the crumbly ball bits, orb bits. We think this is well done. Should we try to hold hands and sing that song again?
Mm-hmm.
While we went around the room getting all the orb pieces together, was there anything else that stood out?
Other than just like treasure, insert valuable here. I think you've got most of everything that you would need. Again, there's like the puzzle boxes, which seem to be placed around.
Are they placed like in some sort of pattern? The puzzle boxes?
No, they just kind of seem to be around.
Okay.
What size are they?
Big.
Like orb sized? Big?
No, the orbs are like this big.
Okay.
They're pretty. You can hold them and that's fine. The puzzle boxes would be much more difficult to lift. Again, everything is sized for omniscience.
Right. Yeah, I guess let's try it again.
We are ready. Also, it's very important that I ask, are Vala and Vandal holding hands?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually also hoping that Vandal was asking to have a them friends moment. I was like,
Right? Is there a chance
Did you
to get
sneak
some
off?
good hand-holding moments?
Romantic moment.
We're not currently in
You're not in
danger.
life-threatening danger right now.
I mean, we're in threat territory. I feel
there is no
like.
active and present danger.
Okay. It's not saucy enough yet. I get it. It's fine.
No.
Not saucy enough yet.
Okay, we tried ritual again.
Okay, you try it again. This time as you do
Things will
so,
get brighter.
as you do so, again, the same thing kind of happens, where you see the intact orb begin to lift.
Mm-hmm.
The stake, however, also seems to glow with that same golden hue
Ooh.
that was, that bathes the stone carvings in light when you sang it the first time, or when you activated it for the first time. And you can see as all of these broken, omniscient crystals shake and shiver with the resonance. But they're not lifting up like the other ones are. Or like the ones that was in the ritual picture was.
Yeah.
There's the way that, this magic and the song seem to be resonating through all of you. Whenever it's going to these cracked orbs, it just seems to be dead. Or it seemed to almost like hit a dead wall, like when you put up a muffling material, and it just kind of just hits that, and
Okay.
as if it's trying to take in the energy, but it can't bounce it back.
Where's the orb at? The intact one?
In the center
In the
of all
center.
of you, and and again, like as you're saying, it is floating up, and it is turning that gray color.
So it does not have enough energy.
I like to fiddle with the boxes when this song ends.
Okay.
We wonder if plasma might be the key, since it kind of, you know.
Yes. I have a power cell. I have a plasma power cell.
Oh,
mean-
brilliant.
Could try something with that.
Can we? Since omniscience, plasma was omniscience, what if we put the plasma on all the broken orbs?
Ah.
Yeah, what if we put blood on the dead bodies?
I mean, it's basically some of their essence.
I'm not arguing with you. I think it's a great idea.
Mhm.
I feel like you said that in a tone where it was considered crude.
I wouldn't say crude.
Okay,
Just like-
okay. As
A
long as
little
we're
fucked up.
it's
A little dark, a little grim.
It's like pouring oil onto fossils.
Yes.
Yeah, it just
that's not
it feels bad.
resurrection sauce.
Well, it's trying to pull energy that is not here.
No,
Correct.
and that is energy.
Right.
It seemed to be sucking in whatever magic spell you're doing, and just isn't continuing the resonance.
Yeah. Because they're out of juice.
Because they're cracked.
We need space dragon juice.
Mm-hmm. That's the title.
We need that. We need that juice.
Okay, Vala has that power cell.
Yeah, do you
Go
want to
sprinkling.
do you want to mess with the puzzle box first?
I mean, while you start sprinkling, I can.
I'm
I can
probably
mess with
not
the
gonna just sprinkle it because it's super toxic. I'm going
Yeah,
to
and we could die.
Yeah, I'm going to try and figure out
Get it out of the power cell
How
and
to
stab it.
incorporate it?
I have some welding tools, but I don't know if that'll.
We could try repairing the orbs, but I think whatever was in them is just not there. But
Yeah.
Maybe if we just get them all settled into place and then have them, you know, with an opening facing up so that we can just put a little bit, like maybe just a drop or two.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Ooh.
Okay. So, puzzle box first, and then we'll sort that out.
Yeah.
All right. Puzzle box solving. It's one of those cases of if you had enough time with it, I wouldn't need you to roll, but that would take like
Yeah, we're a
fucking
little
days.
bit in a hurry.
So it's gonna be hard. It'll be difficulty 4.
Would it be engineering?
It could be.
Okay.
Sounds like engineering.
Yeah, let's give it a. Engineering school was nothing.
I don't think I need to roll a failure prompt here. I'm pretty sure he's kind of like, well, this fucking puzzle box is not having it.
We will never find out what is in that puzzle box.
Yeah.
We take it with us?
It's quite large.
I would also like to remind you that the hole and the doors, the cavern, everything's big enough to fit the ship into.
Vela.
Fly the ship! Fly the ship! Fly the ship!
You mean with these things that this
You already
thing?
had in your hands?
Yes.
Yeah, just everything is big enough for the ship to go through. So yeah, so the Wicked World Bee shows up.
Yeah. We wave to it.
You hear Max over the comms. Why are you waving?
Oh, we wanted to be polite. Also, Max, we are in the middle of something. Could you come out and, with your body, pick up some cargo for us?
I cannot leave the confines of this ship.
Had a feeling. We should have known this, but we still ask you almost every time.
I can move it while we think about what we're going to do.
Okay. We won't be doing much thinking.
Felma,
We'll look
start
at
poking at
Walala.
this.
Yeah.
Hey, Thelma, come on out. It's moderately safe.
Hey, Ava. Eva, since you're like omniscient adjacent, do you want to come take a look?
Wow, let's
I
use our
mean-
resources that I forgot about.
Yeah. Hello, you have people who know shit.
Oh, yeah. Eva's literally not omniscient, but you know,
Omniscient adjacent.
yeah, like you know, the
Yeah.
like the 3 times removed third cousin.
Okay. So, as all of this is coming, I think Eva will float out, and will immediately beeline to you, Walala, and sniff the air, as she does. This place smells funny.
Yeah, we think some bad stuff happened here, so please be careful. Stay close. But also, if you see anything that we don't see, we found a song that activates it seems to make the mean orb. You know, the bad stinky orb that we don't like? It makes that kind of go dormant for a bit, so we're trying to see if we can, you know, fully destroy it.
Walala, do you want to hum the tune for Eva?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Ooh, child, get easier.
God. Okay. So you hum this song again. Like you do, you see that the carvings on the wall come to life again. You didn't notice it the last time because you were so focused on the actual ritual. And Eva floats over. And kind of watches with a captivated gaze as all of this, as you saw before, seems to play out. And she floats up to some carvings that you kind of had just taken as texture or something else, and puts her paws onto it. This one's named Saminus, and points at the crowned one. And that one points to the kangaroo, other leader. That's Zathos Mystic.
Can you determine what orbs go with what? What orbs go with what carving on the wall?
Well, it's not color, but and continues to kind of almost crawl on the wall to follow the story. Saminus became leader, but through not good, through his song. Compelling? Like brain, mind manipulation.
Okay.
And then continues to crawl through as you watch as this other group of omniscients seem to be focused on a spell. Then Zathos Mystic wanted to rebel and stop Saminus, so made a big spell, and then goes to that massacre scene once more. The spell worked but didn't. Not enough. It was only Zathos Mystic's energy at the end, instead of all of theirs, all of the rebellions. And then I think the spell was supposed to poof,
But
it didn't work fully.
okay. Well, Lala, in that sciencey brain of yours, we wonder, can you properly interpret that?
Can I properly interpret that?
The poof is what we would like to understand.
The poof.
We don't speak semi
Omniscient.
yeah.
So what
Poof,
Eva
the meteor explosion?
Yeah, so what Eva seemed to be saying is that whatever spell they were making to
Capture.
poof them away got interrupted and or, not completed to its fullness.
So they didn't want to turn him into the burn. They were trying to fully disperse him, and instead he got dispersed partially. Yeah. And then he probably figured out in that state how to then continue to, he still had that greed and that hunger in him.
Be a big bad hungry ghost.
Yeah, so then he probably over how many rites, ages, And you
remember the cultists saying that they were calling for their god
Mm-hmm.
to come here and finish what he started.
So they're trying to get him to come back so he can reform into his full self. And I guess that would be even worse than the burn, as surprising as that sounds.
Right.
So
We're in the process of doing that. This is in the heart world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we want to try and finish dispersing him.
Mm.
We don't have the full spell, though. I don't think.
We don't have the energy.
Where would we get enough energy?
Our ship?
But then how will we leave?
Oh, we have a plasma. Oh God, what is it? Hold on. I'd like to think that I recharged this at some point. Last season, I used a vehicle-grade plasma power cell.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we recharged it, and we can use that for our ship. It will only get us so far, but we could go and visit Marthong again. You know, about that far.
We kind of have a bunch of things that maybe we shouldn't visit Marthong about.
Well, that's all the power we could
Okay, alright.
acquire.
Maybe we could hang out with some pirates.
Well, we also know that some of the folks here are generating their own plasma based on the time-space tear. At least that is our very minimal understanding of how they are harnessing it.
Wait. Space-time tear. Space-time tear. Tear space-time. Tear in space-time. Could we go back and get the original omniscience to help us?
We do not know what is beyond that other side. Walala.
What
What if it eats us?
Uh-huh.
What if we know what's gonna happen? So
Would
maybe
you
we
believe
can.
you?
They were already trying to do the thing. They were already trying to do the spell. What if we? What if we are just like, hey, do this faster? We'll help. Here's the song. We'll sing it with you. Like if we can go. But can I go over to investigate the portal again? And does it seem like it's going to a specific place in time, or does it seem like it's kind of open and versatile to different things? You know what I mean? Does it look like a direct, like, does this look like an express route? Is this an express route on the highway? Or is this like, you know, a wide open?
God, okay.
You can tell me no.
I'm trying to think of how you would be able to find this out.
Yeah.
How close do you get to the portal, Malala?
I would just keep edging closer and closer.
Okay.
I'm like, whatever I have, I'm calling up Cam and I'm calling up Eva to help me. And I'm like, we all need to look at this really, really, really close and see, because this is definitely going, but is it only going to one place? Is it only going to where he wants?
So. Here's what I'll say. If you send Cam in, I will tell you what information Cam gets.
But
no assurance that Cam will come back.
Cam, buddy, we don't want to be like the League of Heroes and send people in to bad places without asking them first. So I want to ask you, Cam, do you think you can do a really, really big, important mission to help us out? It might save all of the Alaxis galaxy, possibly, in theory. This is pretty important. And I'm taking Cam into my tentacles, and I'm petting Cam and his little googly eyes.
Yeah, Cam doesn't really have a sentience.
No, Cam is not, but I'm still asking Cam as if Cam is people. Cam is not people. I've just assigned a persona to Cam.
Yeah, so I think you're the only one who can answer if Cam will go through.
Can Cam do like a little beep boop?
Yes, Cam will absolutely do a beep boop.
Okay, Cam. You try and get back here, okay? You be safe and you take some real good you do your best camming, Cam. I know you can do this. You've prepared for it. The whole time I've known you.
And Cam
Cam
goes through the portal. On the feed in your data.
So I'm pulling
pad.
this up for everyone to see. I'm like, anyone that wants to.
We'll crowd around.
Yeah. On the data pad, at first it's just orange. And it's just all encompassing. And then there's a pause, as if the feed cuts out for a moment. And through Cam's eye, you see space. But not a space that you know. It's empty. And yet around there is the burn. It's like a pocket. Like an eye of the storm. And you see as Cam pivots around to look at where they had gone through, and there was nothing. Just space and the burn.
Ad for Cam.
Vala, you feel a tug on your jacket. And it's Eva. So, the crystals, and like it's holding up one of the fractured crystals, very large in her, in her hand. So, you know how you're like living crystal? Like, I think that's what this was. But it needs life energy? Like, you have life energy in your crystal.
Like the orbs?
Yeah. It's holding up one of the cracked orbs.
Okay, but it's not like there are just a ton of Olron hanging out anywhere close. I mean, well, there's the military, but...
But if these are extension of who they used to belong to, and now they empty, and like taps on it and the crack. Maybe it could be filled again?
Would Eva, may we ask, would plasma work, or truly the life essence of someone as an Ulren?
I don't know if it needs to be specifically all run.
Are you familiar with how we may go about this?
Maybe magic? like like when you hold and have something with you, or when Vala, I've seen you do your magic and you send out energy to make glowy things.
This sounds perilously close to
self-sacrifice.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
We are capable of doing that, though, as long as one of our hive remains. We are Zevzo. And if this could be the one good deed that we do, and this could save everything, we would do it, even if we were no more after. Our queen died to the burn. We would give everything to stop it. And I think that, and like that, the tense silence that ensues will start kind of separating from ourselves, and like pockets of us will just kind of sit on top of the broken orbs.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of orbs, there's a lot of pieces, but there's 100,000 of us.
There are 100,000 of you.
So, we break up into groups of like 20.
Do you leave any of them out of it?
We leave 100 of us not involved. Again, like the clatter of all of our weapons and everything hits the ground. All the grenades roll a little bit. But in our circle that we will form when we kind of hold hands, there's just going to be... And we can't form a wallaby shape anymore, so we're just going to be this like little tiny... Like when you're walking, there's like those like little walls of gnats. Like that, but cuter.
And blue.
And blue.
I'm imagining just a wallaby face, but like... pixel art.
Exactly. We have a little bit of a shimmer, our eyes still glow. We kept the glowers, we've got like 5 of our bugs in there, 5 on each eye.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'd rather we try the plasma first.
Well, if this doesn't work, we believe that we should be okay. We will just be able to reform and, we'll just have gone for a little spin.
Take a little while, yeah.
I think we should try the plasma first.
Okay.
Because
We
you may
are
be
available.
life, but it's not magic. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Last resort.
Okay.
Okay.
Taking the
So-
plasma route instead of the
Yeah.
self-sacrifice route.
Okay. So we don't need to go into the details of establishing how you do this without immediately making everything super toxic for all of you. So as you pour the plasma over top of these orbs, all of you can watch as the cracks heal over. But after, you watch as, this kind of like almost sizzling sound as everything seems to kind of, hissing as everything seems to close in onto itself. The crystals are still gray.
Okay, so now we charge them, and I can do that as I normally would do that.
Okay.
Casual.
I guess we all take a step back.
Uh-huh.
Yes, you
Out
should
of
take
the blast
you
radius.
should take 5 steps back. Okay.
Okay.
And I will use a Nova Point to unleash heat.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I think I, like, center myself between, like, 2. If they're kind of in a circle, and now they're healed, they're all kind of maybe touching each other. And I just put my hands onto the 2 nearest ones.
All right. All of you watch as each orb, starting from the ones that Valas are touching, slowly begins to glow, and take on color. And all of them take on this opalescent color, this blues and purples and this kind of silver color that seems to be a melding of the colors of Vala's crystal.
Okay, do now. Do
Um,
now, please. Lady, do now. Do
sing.
now.
Sing now, yeah, sing.
We sing.
Vala, as they begin to say, you can feel most of the time the expansion of your energy is pretty low. Like you gather everything up and then you expend it all. This is, you build it up, you expend it all, and it keeps asking for more. And you can still keep doing it, but you can feel as it keeps pulling.
Hey, Vandal?
Yeah.
I really love you, you know.
Vala, I love you too, but why are you telling me now?
Oh, you know, it's just a dramatic moment. I thought you would appreciate it. Captain? Take good care of my ship.
Oh, of course we will. You are our ace pilot. We will. Of course. You were looking a little less bright.
Yeah, it's just hard to maintain. Maybe keep singing now. Walala?
Oh,
keep
yes.
singing.
As you begin the song again, you can see Vala getting paler. The crystal, the bright blue, and the pink slowly fading.
Vala, we don't have to do this.
We were ready to sacrifice ourselves. We're so sorry we're not magical. We don't.
Oh, you are
wanna lose
magical,
you.
Captain.
Vala. And we'll go back to singing. You're muted, Walala.
I know sending Cam into the portal didn't work, but we could find something else. We could do something else.
I think if we stop now, I won't have enough to try again.
And we keep singing.
You keep singing. As you do, again, the stake lights up this golden color. The blue orb slowly begins to rise as well, again turning that shade of gray. And as you keep going and going, Vala, you're feeling the strain. It is harder and harder to hold. And as you can feel just that last little bit start to take from you, the orbs around you that circle you also begin to rise, and they resonate, and they sing in a chorus of rebellion, of freedom, of a world where there is no ruler, there are no gods. There are just people. And you go unconscious.
I'd like to catch Vala.
Yep. And as the last notes begin to ring out, the orbs all rising to the peak of this stake. This portal begins to pulse.
Mm-hmm.
And from the other side, you can hear the other melody.
Yes.
And this is sung in discordant voices of everything that had been consumed. As if they were trying to do this together, but there was no harmony. But it's very quickly drowned out by your song. And you watch as this once blue orb, the orb that used to belong to Gulmak, that used to belong to Summonus, cracks.
Yes. We did it. We did something good. Is Vala okay? But this is good. And we are gonna stop singing because we need to pay attention to things.
Vala is like quartz almost.
Vandal, how are they? And we're gonna grab the orb and try and focus on that.
Not good, Captain. I think we should get her back to the ship.
We have another scientist that can look at her. She won't be gone. She can't be gone.
Not everyone can come back from just one little bug.
We have a hard time understanding that, but perhaps it'll make sense to us later. And I guess we all go back to the ship. Walala, do you want to bring anything science-y back?
Sorry, loud noises. I think Walala would have wanted to, but is probably focused on like Vala right now.
Okay. All of you get onto the Wicked Wallaby, carrying Vala, who is still colorless. And you get on board the ship. And Max is standing next to where they usually stand. And realizes that there isn't a pilot right now.
Like old times, Max, when it was just you and I. Would you take us away from here?
Max just nods. And the ship lifts off. And heads up through the hole onto the surface of the asteroid. Ahead of you, it is stars and the night sky. And the burn flickers. And there is even through the ship and through the vacuum of space, you can hear the shouting of a galaxy worth of people, planets, voices. And where once before you heard this chorus of voices before, they are no longer just saying hungry. They all seem to shout different things. Hear one voice say, "Mom, where are you?" There's another that says, "No, stop it, I'm done." And another that says, "Be free." And as this cacophony of voices can cut through all of the Alaxis galaxy, you watch again as the burn flickers. And slowly begin to recede. And the skies, as you've always known it, tinged with at least the faintest of orange, turns blissfully black.
Crew, we think we did it. We think we really did it. Look at the sky. We've never seen that before. We've never known a world without the burn. We only have those as distant memories of our species, but this, This is beautiful.
So dark.
But look at all the specks. Those are stars and those are planets and places that... Oh, actually, are there stars, Kienna? Or probably not. There's probably not a whole
No,
lot.
there's other stars.
We must see those. We must visit those. Our journey isn't done.
Yeah, Vala, you hear that? We gotta go.
You did it.
Vala, you are not here right now. Like at the very beginning of this campaign, you were floating in darkness. There are no cell walls, though. No obvious edges of a room that you seem to be in. Instead, you're just here, alone, until you're not. You see a creature you've never seen before. Large, golden in color, kangaroo-shaped. And with 3 eyes and feathers.
Oh, you look like a mashup of all my friends.
I think this creature, this omniscient, seemed to tilt their head for a moment. And there's a laugh. Low and resonant. You can feel again that vibration almost. That courses through you the same way that the magic did. Thank you for completing what I never got to finish.
You are welcome.
And this omniscient seems to shift in size, almost growing from this, almost encompassing your entire vision, slowly down to match yours. And they look to you. For most, this would be a appropriate end to their journey. Do you think it is for you?
Well, I mean, if you're going to go, right? But I feel like I forgot to do something. I forgot to kiss my not a girlfriend before I did that. I should probably go do that. What do you think?
This omniscient, Zathos mystic, chuckles again, and you can feel that resonance through you. Well, I guess you better go do that then.
I cannot wait to see the look on their faces.
And Zathos mystic smiles as they place a hand on your chest.
Oh.
And nudges you. And in this space where you're just floating, you fall backwards. and this black nothingness transforms from void to stars and night sky, planets that you have never seen before sprawling across your vision, stars that twinkle and guide the way for the past and future adventures to come. And in the speck of everything, you see the wicked wallaby. And you wake up. The rest of you see Vala wake up, and for a moment, her eyes are gold.
And her face is wet. Vandal has been quietly crying on her.
Vandal, you're dripping on me.
Yeah, I thought you died.
Ah, see, look, they are well. We knew they would be.
I didn't. None of my studies of all of you taught me to believe that this would happen. This is a completely previously unknown form that you take, Vala. Is that just, did you just take a rest? Were you just resting?
Yeah, I was totally just resting.
Absolutely do not
Yeah.
look out the star screen. You might feel like you did your job and decide to die again.
Don't know what you're talking about.
The rest of you, Vala is not the color that you used to know her to have. Rather, there is that rainbow opalescence all throughout, almost shot through with some gold in it. A little different, but the same.
So what should we do next? Do we have more galaxies to save? Because I think there might be a few more out there now.
Oh yes, but first we should probably sell some of the stuff that we have, and then we can start our adventures anew.
Did you think I died and you still looted?
No, we didn't take anything extra. We had just already put some stuff on the...
I mean, we picked up something along the way. Pulls out just like a rock, but it's a shiny rock. We don't know what it is, but we like it.
Okay.
You see, I knew I had to come back from my nap.
Yeah, definitely just a nap.
As you look behind through the visor of the ship, and as the wicked wallaby begins to exit the orbit of this asteroid, you can see as bits and pieces of it seem to start to crumble, and then it all begins to cave in upon itself.
Well, there goes any idea of completely looting it. However, we believe that is for the best. Well, Lala, are we not supposed to let history stay? We don't know.
I mean, it might have been nice to study some of that stuff, seeing as that's a lot of lost information.
Oh, we couldn't even take pictures with Cam.
Yeah.
But we have a box, and it might be a puzzle. We love puzzles. Who wants to go play a puzzle?
Oh yeah, I can do that. Real quick though, and I grab Vandal by the vest and pull them into a kiss.
Vandal returns the kiss heartily and then starts crying again.
Pat.
And I think Max very awkwardly and again stiffly stands up from the pilot seat and steps aside. Well, if we are to go anywhere, we would require our pilot.
See, even Max thought you died.
Yes, well, yeah, I sit in my chair.
So I guess there's no way we can really prove that we saved the whole galaxy, huh?
I believe what we need to do
Oh.
is get on all of the forums now and just spread it like wildfire and hope it becomes a legend.
Oh, I do that all the time. I go in and I'm like, first! Like that?
No,
Exactly
no.
like that.
Good concept. I was thinking we write it out really good, so maybe it becomes a copy pasta.
Ah, the crew of the Wicked Wallaby saves Olaxis. Yeah, we think that has a good ring to it.
I could hack into the Marthung military's frequencies and just broadcast that everywhere. It's very
Honestly,
easy.
What are they gonna do?
I guess they could ground me.
We don't want to lose our pilot again.
As you continue to talk, the asteroid continues to collapse in upon itself. And watch as that one Wish ship flies off.
Oh, okay. Thought they were gonna die, but it's alright.
It's fine.
They were scientists. They deserve to live. They're
We've
wonderful.
killed a lot of people.
We really
so,
have.
Like,
Ugh.
what's a handful more scientists that can transmute the burn into plasma? That's useless now.
It is!
There goes their dissertation.
Ah.
We just killed their doctorate degree.
Awesome.
They have to start all over again. They hate us.
That's better than death. We are
Yeah.
satisfied.
And slowly you watch as this asteroid doesn't fall apart, but seems to collapse in upon itself until it's nothing more than floating debris. And Max pipes up again. Do we have a destination, or are we to just loiter in the asteroid belt, which, may I remind you, no one is really supposed to be here?
I
Right.
think we may have to explain some things to some pirates.
We're friends with them. They'll understand.
They'd have to catch us first.
Yes.
I think I just punch it in any random direction.
Did Cam have a beacon?
Did Cam have a beacon? Willala, do you think? Would you have put hey, when you need to find your phone?
I mean,
A tile?
have you met Willala? They get lost a lot. It would make sense.
Yeah, there's a beacon on Cam.
Is there I was about to say from my pocket. I don't have pockets. I was like, is there a boop, 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 sound?
Yeah. And as you look onto it, it seems to be drawing an error because it is far beyond the parameters of the maps universe.
Hey Vala, can we go here?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, before we leave known space, I need to call my mom and tell her I'm never coming home, actually.
Why then?
And that Narmaz might still be alive, and that I'm not sending her a thing, and I'm changing my name, and don't look for me.
You need to tell her that, or could you just do it?
No, I think I should tell her. So that she knows I'm doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. You can do it on the way, though.
No, for sure. I'm not saying stop, just before we leave known space.
Well, I drive pretty fast. You
I'd
better
like a
get
head start
going.
anyway. Yes, let's go.
Okay. And the Wicked Wallaby sets off. Not everyone knows that, only a few people would have ever witnessed the fact that a ragtag crew of questionably former smugglers, big question mark on that, a crew brought together in strange circumstances at the best, and have kept together in all forms of trials and tribulations. No one really knows that it's all of you who have managed to stop the world-ending, galaxy-ending phenomena that had existed for an entire Bryte. But you know.
Yeah. We'll
And
tell
there's an
anybody who listens.
There's an entire new world to be explored again. And who knows? Maybe you'll have to go and save the world again. But that's a story for another time, as our story today comes to a close. And that's the end of Against the Stars. Yay! We did it!
Oh my goodness! And we all lived!
You all lived. It was very close.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, it was so close. If Vala had died, Vandal was going to go back and become a crime boss.
Vala really did have a choice to say that whether her journey was finished or not.
Oh gosh.
Just do
But
anything
here we
for
are.
drama, you know?
Anything for drama. And the end of the Age of Omniscience truly is. It's now the age of a new exploration Bryte.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go around, say hello to all of our wonderful people, tell us who they are, where we can find them on the internet, all that good stuff. One last time. Let's go in reverse order. So let's go with B. Hello, B.
Hello. I have been B Zelda. You can find me on Twitter's at B_Zelda. And like, if it wasn't for this fan, I would have been bawling. My eyes were so moist. I'm like, keep it in! Just because Vala's down and you loved her so much and it's been 2 seasons with this character, it'll be fine. So thank you for coming back to life.
You know, super cash. Just, all good. Okay, now let's go to Sam. Hello, Sam.
I'm Sam. You can find me at Undomiel on Twitter. And the only reason I didn't cry is because I put on eyeliner today. And it's not waterproof. So I had to make a choice. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing. Yeah, I'm Sam Undomiel on Twitter. Check me out. I don't know what I'm doing. You should find out with me. Come along for a ride. Yes.
Hell yeah. Definitely go check them out. And let's go over to Jess. Hello, Jess.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm sad this series is over. But if you want to hang out with me some more, you can find me at go_JG in most of the places online. Come hang out with me on Twitch, where I do lots of fun games and stuff. And follow my Twitter. When I get back to doing games and stuff, because right now I'm a little bit tired from doing a complete home renovation. But this was heckin' amazing, and I'm so glad to have gotten to play 2 seasons of these characters with all of y'all.
Yay. All right, and Lauren.
Yo, I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger over on Twitter and the salty half of this channel. Feel good. I'm moist, but not because I am crying, but because I am sweating. I took all my tear juice is gone because of how sweaty it is in here. Hello.
No cry, only sweat.
No cry, only perspiration. Yeah, that was great. I loved that very much. As for me, you can find me here every Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific running Masks of Nyarlathotep, Pulp Cthulhu campaign. We are in the 1920s in Shanghai, and things are heating up. We have 2 people trapped in a ceiling.
Not in a fun way.
Not in a fun way, if there is such a thing. Otherwise, you can check out. Missing Annie Lee, Our Fear Itself actual play podcast. That's really awesome and is coming to its end. We have 3 or 4 more episodes, depends if we mash up the finale, because it's told in 2 parts with 2 different GMs. And it's really awesome, and you should check it out wherever podcasts are found. It will be there. Kienna.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm Kienna. I was your GM for this campaign. You can find me over on Twitter at Kienna S. Best way to figure out what I'm doing. I do a lot of stuff there. Most recent stuff is I released a cyberpunk setting, which is being itch-funded. It's been wildly more successful, much quicker than I ever expected it to be, but it's great. So definitely go check that out. It's called Archon. It's on my Itch.io page, and it's great. Yeah, so I guess we'll do our stream wrap up. Thank you again to Roll20 for being our co-producers, our virtual tabletop of choice. They are wonderful, and we wouldn't be able to do this without them. And thank you to them for believing in us and be able to tell a awesome Burn Bryte story in the system, because they're super awesome and great. Thank you everyone who donated, and we hit our goal. What I will do is I will record myself doing a bad Russian accent, because I promised I would do it.
Wow.
Yes!
You did promise.
I did promise.
I can't wait
It's
to
on the
see
internet.
this.
It's forever.
It's gonna be real bad. So I will do that, and I will post it up on Twitter or something.
Good.
Don't expect anything good. It's gonna be real bad. But again, thank you to everyone who donated, who got us to a goal. Again, all of that goes to an amazing nonprofit, Code 2040. And you can keep supporting them through the Roll20 Tiltify campaign, so definitely check that out. And yeah, I want to say thank you everyone who has tuned in and watched Against the Stars, whether that's live here on Twitch or whether that's on YouTube over on Roll20's channel or our channel, So to Speak Games. We very much appreciate all the bit of support we've had over the past year for this campaign, and it's been absolutely lovely seeing all of you in chat and having a blast, and sometimes helping me out with fun names and cool concepts to throw into the game. Thank you again to all of my lovely players for being here and for being part of this. Definitely would not have been the same without them. Yeah, go follow us on Twitter. We'll announce when we go live with TTRPG stuff and video game stuff. We've got a new campaign series situation coming up with the next couple months. We're developing it, but we're doing something with Friends Who Roll Dice, so keep an eye out. It's gonna be super awesome, and we're super excited. And yeah, I think that's about it for us. I hope that all of you who are interested in Burn Bryte definitely pick it up and tell your own stories in the burn. This was just one interpretation of the lore and the rules and everything, and there are so many other cool ways that you can take everything from what the burn is to the rule of the omniscience to everything else into your own stories. So yeah, please go check that out. Let us know how you've been having your own adventures in the Alexis Galaxy. But for now, we will say goodbye to Alexis, and we'll see y'all later.
Wait, bye everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye.